Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Matthew Cheung, a senior from Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, who took his first collegiate title in the UC Ferguson Classic recently. And tell us what went into your performance in the UC Ferguson.
Honestly, it was a lot of hard work through the summer. I did a lot of practicing, and I've been working hard with my coach that I only started working with about October last year, and I feel like all the hard work and just kind of accumulated, and it led me to this victory.
As a team, you guys are the defending national champions. You're ranked #1. What are your expectations this year?
Yeah, of course, our team expectations are to win this year. We came in last year having that expectation as well, and we were finally able to get over the hump. It was my first national championship too, so that's nice. So it'd be nice to go back to back. So, yeah.
What do you remember from nationals last year? You guys had to rally to capture the national title. It was the 10th in program history.
We felt like as a team that we were never out of it, because we knew going into that week that we were the best team there. And it didn't matter how many back we were going into the last round. We knew we had the capabilities of winning, and we just played with that confidence that last round. And I feel like couple things fell in the right place, and we ended up winning by 8 shots, which was really nice.
Individually, you were 3 shots back of the individual champion to finish runner-up. How close were you to being the individual champion?
Honestly, I wasn't that close. I started off, I was tied for the lead going into the last round, and I started off pretty shaky my front 9. I shot 4 over par, but I was able to calm my nerves a little bit and got a little run going there, and shot 4 under the back. So I was happy with how I performed, but going into nationals this year, I'll be a little bit more confident with it.
You're about to compete in some international competition. Tell us about what the event is like and what the experience will be like for you.
Okay, so I'll be leaving for Mexico for Cancun on Friday for 10 days for the Eisenhower Trophy, and this is a tournament that runs once every 2 years, and it's where there are 72 countries, I think, that are competing this time, with 3 players for each country, and it's going to be a great experience, because having all these high-class golfers coming from all around the world and all going to one place competing in one tournament, it'll be a good measuring stick for me to see where I am in the world and the amateur rankings, and see how my golf game's progressing.
You've competed in a couple of amateur championships as well. How have those experiences impacted your collegiate experience?
It's been huge, because having all these events that I get to play that are really world-renowned and well-known, it puts me, and performing well in them as well, it gives me a lot of confidence coming back and being able to produce from my team and from my coach. So playing these tournaments, honestly, is just a good confidence booster to help me for the season.
What's your major here at OCU?
I'm a finance major. I'm a senior this year.
So what are your career plans apart from golf?
Currently, golf. But, I mean, I'll graduate at the end of this year, and then if golf doesn't pan out, I'm sure I'll be able to do something in the finance field.
All right, we're talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Matthew Cheung. You can follow the Stars golf team on OCUsports.com.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org.
Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to volleyball coach Kyle Steele. The Stars currently ranked 18th in the national polls. And Coach, what have been some of the keys to the early success this year?
Being healthy is one of them. We had some injuries at the end of last year after we kind of jumped into the rankings last year. So that's helped tremendously. But I think we're just more talented as a group. 1 through 13, there's not a big drop off. So we've been able to play a lot of people, and the ones that are in their roles right now are fulfilling those roles really well. So, getting a win over number 4 helped us jump up early, and our only losses are to number 1 and 7 right now. So we've knocked off a couple of their top 25 teams as well. So it's been a good start, but still pushing for November.
How important is that national ranking to this program?
It's the program. I think it's a nice way to kind of use as a measuring stick to continue to build that winning tradition that OCU has in all athletics. But I think for us this year, it's important because the top 23 in the coaches poll at the end of the year go automatically to Sioux City to the national tournament and avoid having to play an opening round game. Possibly, we can still win our conference tournament or conference and get an opening round game for nationals, but it'd be nice just to go all the way to pool play and have to avoid the opening round. So I think that's been a goal for us, is to stay in that top 23 to avoid the NAI opening rounds.
Mano Sararu has been named the Conference Player of the Week 3 times already. Describe her play for us.
Well, returning All-American, so and we expected her to get better, and she had a really good spring. Been focusing on more of the defensive side of the ball, but obviously her offense is kind of speaks for itself. I think she had played the number 4 team in the country, Hastings, up in Bellevue, Nebraska, and she goes 22 for 30 and hits 733. So there are nights she has matches like that, and it doesn't matter what's on the other side of the net. You can't stop her. So it's nice to have that driving force in your offense, and then be balanced from there. So she's been pretty good so far.
New setter this year, Sonia Vojnovic, is in the top 10 in assists in the country. Talk about how she's fit in.
And she's still a work in progress. I think that's the exciting part about her, is that obviously being 6'1" and left-handed is a significant advantage for us in the type of offense that we run. And she's been very, very smart distributing the ball to our team. I've loved her decision-making so far. And we're still working with her on being a little bit more offensive and learning how to set a few different things and speeding up her offense a little bit. So I'm excited to see where the next 2 months takes her. If she's already top 10 in assists, I actually didn't even know that. So I'm excited to see her in another month of season as she continues to progress. So
another one of your national leaders is Caitlin Chamness, leader in aces. That's quite a deadly serve that she has.
Yeah, again, a lefty. She serves jump spin, and the ball moves from left to right. So you're kind of, a lot of people serve jump spin across the country, and it's kind of more rare these days in the women's game, but you're used to seeing the right-handed kind of up and down top spin, maybe a little bit right to left, but hers comes from the other direction and moves the other way. So it's probably the most powerful one that I've seen out of any of the teams we've played this year. So hitting it at a high velocity and with the movement. We were in Bellevue, Nebraska last weekend, and I think she was averaging like 2 aces a set. Just serving the ball really well. So it's fun to see.
Who are some of the other individuals on the team who have stood out so far?
It's kind of been, almost somebody different every night. Both of our left sides, Fia and Stephanie, have both produced really well. Both their hitting percentages are up about 175 points from last year, so both playing really consistent. Our libero's been really strong, Danny Chase. Our serve receive has been really good the whole year. We haven't struggled in passing at all, and our digs are starting to come up as our blocks come up as well. And really our M2, Holly Randall, started as a freshman, kind of played behind 2 All-Americans last year, and then now she's kind of into her role, and I think she hit 500 on the last weekend at Baker, and then is blocking the ball really well. And then we have a freshman opposite from Serbia that, still doing some freshman things at times, but she hits 400, 400, 600 in 3 of our matches over the weekend. So, it can be a combination of any of the others right now picking up the slack, so it's really fun to see.
In the coaches poll in the preseason, you guys were picked to win the conference. What are your expectations for this team this year?
I think it is. I think it was going in, when we finished last year, and ended up losing in the finals of the conference tournament. I know we had some injuries, but we felt like we still had a chance to win that game, even with the missing 3 starters at that point. But I think we felt like we had enough returning. Obviously, losing Tori was kind of a question mark for us, but Holly's filled that role really well. So I think we felt like it was ours to either we were going to win or beat ourselves, and I think that's kind of our goal stepping into all these conference matches, is that we feel like we're either going to win or we're going to beat ourselves. So I think it's ours to win or lose at this point.
All right, talking to OCU volleyball coach Kyle Steele. You can follow the Stars on OCUsports.com.